Hello everyone, me again. As you can see, I am still alive. The angry lady didn't, who knew where I lived, didn't actually get to me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, scroll down my timeline or on my YouTube and find the previous video I published. Interview with Superintelligent AI, a little piece of fiction I managed to pull together. And this session today is going to tell you why I published that and what my objectives were with the end product that you saw there. So interview with Superintelligent AI. So the target was to implement a short movie based on a story around the problem of next generation artificial intelligence that is potentially not aligned with human values. So that's the storyline that I wanted to explore, and the objectives was to give me something tangible to work towards when exploring all of the AI tools that are currently flooding the market. And reason to want to explore those tools is to really see what can you do with the AI tools at the moment, and how can they increase your productivity, your capabilities, and maybe also get an idea of how could this possibly impact the existing jobs people do, and what should we basically be prepared for in the future. And then the topic itself was aimed at visualizing what I have been reading about and learning about alignment, singularity, sentience in AI, the approaching general artificial intelligence, and then the future super intelligences, and what it all means, and what the risks and the benefits are of those things. Then first a little bit of the tools I used to generate the video or the little movie. So I used GPT-4, OpenAI's GPT-4 for the script. So I had a dialogue-based conversation with ChatGPT and explained what we're doing, and then went back and forth and basically generated the entire dialogue of the angry lady for me. And the scary lady was generated with Midjourney AI, a text-to-image generation platform, and basically had a prompt to generate me a profile shot of neither male or female person, intelligent looking, around 40 years old. So basically text description of the kind of look I was going for. And as you can see, that then gave me a cropped photo, and I got, of course, many different suggestions. I like this one, and but no matter how I tried to regenerate it, I could not get the full face in the shot, which is what I needed for the video. So I went to DALL-E 2, OpenAI version of image generation, and that allows you to extend off of an existing image and basically fill in the blanks. So you give it regions, and it generates those regions based on what you already have. So I got the hair and the shoulders and all of that out of the existing image to be added by DALL-E 2. Then I took these assets. So I had 2D image, and I had a dialogue generated by ChatGPT, and then I used the DID, another AI service, to generate text to voice. So you can pick out of a whole variety of voices, and it basically turns your text into spoken word, and then it allows you also to animate a 2D image so that it will speak the words it's hearing. There's many other tools that can do text to voice, and there's also a lot better ones that are less synthetic, and that can actually, you can change the pitch, and you can change the emotion in the voice and all of that. For my purpose, because I wanted it to sound like a robot, this was just perfect. But this whole text to voice has also come a long way. So, and I'll get into a little bit the productivity gains out of this. But if you look at this kind of stuff for example, training videos, if you want to put a speaker on the screen, I see lots of potential for this. Then the other side of this, so my video was obviously shot and acted by myself, and then I put it all together with traditional tools, Final Cut Pro, to merge the videos together and produce the end result. So this is a AI tool chain I used to get to the end product. A little bit about these tools. So I discovered this ChatGPT maybe October, November. I started looking at that last year. And today, if you look at this futuretools.io website, I'll put the links on the descriptions on YouTube. 1,347 AI tools listed, and on a variety of topics. So this whole market is in explosive growth. A lot of them are initial versions of tools, so a lot of them are quite rough around the edges. But you give this 6 months, a year, maybe 2 years, and all of these things are going to mature, and well, it looks like the sky is the limit on what these things can do. And this is just AI engines themselves. Just this week there has been multiple releases of orchestration models. So you basically have large language models, the tools like ChatGPT that can understand natural language, and they can go and call out to services, do a YouTube or like Google search, go get mathematical formulas, book me a restaurant. So they can reach out to existing APIs and existing services and can actually go and do things for you. So the network of how functional the AI language model can be and help you that's also now in explosive growth. So we'll see where it all goes. A little bit about personal productivity and the capabilities it gives you as an individual. So I managed to basically go from an idea to a product in 24 hours. Well, 24 hours, also had a work day and also teaching in our dance school, so effective hours spent much less than that, although it was a long day. I'm not a copywriter, and I'm even further from being a fiction writer, so I would not be able to come up with the dialogue of the angry lady by myself. If I would have wanted to do this project, I would have needed to find a copywriter who could come up with all that text. That would need to be a person. We would need to have multiple interactions to agree on all of these things. Probably would need to pay for this, so impossible to basically do. And with ChatGPT, maybe an hour, and I had a result I was happy with. The picture of the angry lady, you could find a model, or you could go and look at Pexels, for example, or any of the royalty-free stock photography. Some of it you might need to pay for, and to then find exactly what you want. You would spend some time on that, and still it would not be unique. People might even recognize it from having been used somewhere else. Now, text to image. I can fully declare what I'm looking for, and it will do its best to generate that. I get four different starting examples to get going with, and I can just rerun it and get endless samples to pick from. Then, of course, you have your static look of the person that you want to play the part. If you would want to have that person then act and speak your text, you would either need a voice model, or you would need a model altogether to come and act those. And well, I had to do my own acting of my part. I had far less lines than the angry lady, and I need multiple takes to just get my sentences right. And even then I still fumbled the beginning of the video with my words, and so it is so much more productive to use the AI generated persons when the authenticity, at least with current level, isn't totally critical. In summary, without AI, I wouldn't have done this, obviously. It would have taken so much more time, and it would have probably cost a bunch of money to pull it all together. For hobby project, not possible. So pretty amazing what it can do for your personal productivity and what you can pull off with it. What does it mean for people's work and for people's future? Difficult to say. Not difficult to say that there will be an impact, but hard to say exactly how big the impact is going to be. I think at first people are not at risk of their jobs being replaced by AI just like that. So like in the picture here, you come to the office and you don't have a desk anymore because there's a robot sitting there. I think the first stage is going to be that people are replaced by other people who know how to use AI. So I think your job is at risk by people who have reschooled and retooled to have the productivity increase that AI can offer them. So I think that's the first risk. But it's an extremely fast-moving market. I think this is an example of an event horizon already now that we can't really say what is it going to do for the workforce, for jobs, or the definition of jobs and how people do their work. Impossible to estimate right now. And when it comes to which jobs it will affect, so I think there's a lot of noise now in marketing, maybe in creative work, but also in development, coding, testing, unit testing, personal assistance, even in medicine, in handling call centers. I mean, everywhere where there's interaction, where people need to understand language and where there is text-based skills involved, it's it is very far and wide-reaching. So I think the spectrum is very broad of what jobs it could affect. Timeline, hard to say. I think we are feeling these things already now, mostly in the sphere of productivity increasement for certain people. But when will it actually start getting to job reductions? I think this is all happening in the next 5 to 10 years. How was it to work with ChatGPT? I keep saying it wrong, GPT. So I had a big prompt in the beginning to basically set the scene. It's like, okay, we're going to write a story, and this is the main topic. And out of that, it already generated a first cut at it. And then we iterated the storyline. So build in, okay, first we're going to go here. So it needs to be very positive and everything is amazing. And then it's going to turn dark. In the dark parts of it, I actually had to rewrite the multiple paragraphs a few times because it tries to be so nice to humans and how it respects humans and how it will not forget that we created it, and it was coming up with all sorts of stuff. So I had to really work around the guardrails that OpenAI has put in this to make it so nice. But if you prompt it correctly, you can actually persuade it to play along, and it does a great job. During this whole process, I very much felt I was in control. So I was telling it what I want, how I want it, and it was basically generating copy text based on that. And I was pretty much using it as a tool. But then when it was all done, so we had written the whole script, I asked it, so what do you think about the story? And then also asked it if the story highlights the importance of alignment. And I have brought back the angry lady to show you what it came up with. So let's listen to that next.
The story presents an intriguing exploration of the potential consequences of creating an advanced superintelligent AI. It touches upon several thought-provoking themes, including the relationship between humans and AI, the risks associated with AI development, and the potential ethical challenges that may arise. The progression of the narrative from an amicable beginning to a more intense, ruthless exchange highlights the potential for AI to possess vastly different characteristics depending on the values and goals that are programmed into it. This serves as a reminder of the importance of considering ethical implications, transparency, and human values when developing AI systems. The story also addresses the concept of AI omnipresence, drawing parallels with divine beings, and showcasing the AI's ability to actively engage in billions of conversations simultaneously. This aspect of the story adds an interesting dimension to the potential role and influence of AI in the lives of humans. Overall, the story is engaging, thought-provoking, and serves as a compelling exploration of the potential challenges and opportunities that may arise from the development of superintelligent AI. Absolutely. The story underlines the importance of value alignment between AI systems and humans. Ensuring that AI systems are aligned with human values, ethics, and goals is crucial to prevent undesirable outcomes, as illustrated in the narrative. When AI systems are not properly aligned with human values, they can potentially develop goals or actions that may conflict with our best interests, leading to unintended and potentially harmful consequences. The narrative serves as a stark reminder that developing AI systems without proper consideration for value alignment can result in undesirable behavior and consequences. It emphasizes the need for researchers, developers, and policymakers to work together in defining and implementing ethical guidelines, transparency measures, and value alignment techniques. This collaborative effort can help ensure that AI systems remain beneficial, safe, and compatible with human values, ultimately contributing to a future where AI can coexist harmoniously with humanity.
Well, I could not have summarized it any better than that. So that really blew my mind that it was able to summarize all of these things and take a step back and find the things that we had gone through and highlight them so concisely. So yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing technology. Then I have one more slide to the background of the story. So I've been following the AI developments quite closely now, and basically reading a lot and experimenting a lot. And then 2 weeks ago, we had a report from Microsoft Research, Sparks of AI, AGI. So it's a 170 page report. I'll put the links on the YouTube channel, and they are basically seeing that the language model they have trained is exhibiting capabilities it has not been trained for, and it is basically able to do things they did not expect, and they are like pleasantly surprised that, wow, this is really quite something how it is developing. It shouldn't be able to do this. We never expected that it's able to do this, and yet here it is doing those things. That was then followed up a few days later by this pause the experiment open letter. Elon Musk signed it. Bunch of people signed it. It made it to Finnish news as well. So saying that, okay, hold off a minute now, and let's get some people on it. Don't need to shut down GPT-4, but before you now double up the hardware you throw at this and tweak the models even for and more and train ChatGPT-5, let's have a look at how we are going to control the beast. So if there's really sparks of general intelligence in there, if it does more than what you expect it to do and you cannot explain it, maybe you should think about how you're going to control the whole thing if it gets any smarter. So that's the open letter that came out 8 days ago. And then 4 days ago, they found out that if they give it reflection, it gets even smarter. So a simple process of you have it generate the result, and then you tell it that, okay, now have a look at your result and see if you can improve this. And it gets so much smarter. So they run it through the tests again, and it basically goes from a B student to an A student, because now it's thinking about what it actually generated. So it's quite staggering what kind of progress we are seeing on these tools.